Hey guys, Shredded SC representing Team StarCraft, bringing you some more team game entertainment. Kind of a long game, but hopefully one you guys find hilarious. So, already from the get-go, two players have quit on the opposing team. So at the start, it's a 4 versus 2. So right now we have the top spawns. We have Shredded SC spawning as the red Terran up here. Team Killer as the teal Protoss. Sour Keys as the blue Terran, and Arrow Solu has left. So at this point it's a 4 versus 1, so you would think a complete rollover, so you're probably wondering why this video is so long, but I'm not going to spoil anything. But anyway, Spec as a purple Terran down here, and we are up against the south team, which is Bonehead, which is gone, Mino, the white Protoss, who is still playing, white, pink, teal, whatever, Shark Claws, the yellow Terran, and Arrow Solu. So this map, I don't remember what this map is called, but it's kind of an interesting map. So you kind of a 4 and 4 split. You have one relatively easy expansion, and then it kind of goes down, and then there's these destructible rocks to take these middle goals. So to walk to your opponent's base is actually kind of a long ways to go, because then you go down past a couple more expansions, destructible rocks here, so you have to walk all the way across this part to go up here to actually get to the other opposing team. So if we were going to just attack that guy, we would have to walk one heck of a long way. From the get-go, Mino's actually cannoning himself in, and he's going to play it out. You know, we were not expecting this, I'll tell you that. So you know what, Shredded SC, I decided I'm just going to go for some proxy barracks, and I'm just going to rush the guy who's immediately south of me. But little did I realize that they were such a large walking distance. I've never played on this map before, so my SCVs have been walking for quite some time. I thought they were just going to walk down, didn't notice the rocks were there. So I decided just to build the rest in my Bane, and I'm planning to be cheesy and just lift him up and go just kill the other guy. I'm expecting we have this game in the bag, so I don't know why this video is so long, but we'll get to that. Team Killer looks like just going for some basic play. 2 assimilators, probably going to get some early cheese, maybe Oracle DT up to just kind of seal the deal. Then we have Sour Keys going for double gas before Orbital. Also looks like he's going for a little bit of cheesy play just to get it over with. And then Spec going for Reactor on the barracks and double gas before Orbital. So from the get-go, we are not taking this game seriously. We're pretty sure we have it in the bag, so we're just attempting just to, you know, play wonky and just see how it goes. But keep in mind, Mino, this guy is getting the income of 4 bases all to one, so he's opening up for the double Stargate play. Cannon the front hardcore, keeping his bases safe, and he's actually turning all the Terran bases into planetary fortresses. Got a couple turrets up, and he's getting the gases down. Hasn't done it for Shark Claws yet, and looks like Aerosolu's base hasn't got the planetary down. And the barracks are landing, and the Marines are going to start coming. Hopefully they can get here, because he does have the engineering bay up, but does he have the income to make that a planetary fortress? So right now it looks like everyone's just kind of building, macroing up. Protoss going for the Robo Bay, actually looking like some standard play from Team Killer. Surprisingly hasn't got an expansion yet, but he did go for that double gas. Sour Keys going for 3 racks off the double gas, probably trying to get upgrades going. And he scouts it out. He says Stargates with the 2 Reapers. That's what he was going for. 3 racks Reaper, excuse me. So already he's got the Reapers going up, and he scouts the Stargates, and we're like, oh man, Stargates, what's that going to do? Meanwhile, on the other side over here, we have a couple Marines going in trying to take down that planetary fortress, but it is almost done morphing. So the Reapers over here, unable to snipe out that pylon, unfortunately, so the Void Ray construction will continue. Meanwhile, Reapers going to see what they can get done. There's a planetary over there, and they're like, oh man. And at this point, we're like, okay, this was supposed to be a ridiculously easy game, but we're having a little bit of difficulty. This planetary fortress is enough to scare off these Marines. Although with a little bit of micro, you can space them out to where they don't take the splash. And it's what I attempt to do, but as you can see, I actually micro very, very sloppily. So anyways, I'm attempting to take down this planetary over here. Not much going on this side. Spec getting a missile turret because he saw the Stargates. No orbital yet, because he doesn't play Terran. He doesn't know how good the orbital command is. Haha, just kidding. Sour Keys looks like he's going for 3 racks, switching to Marine. Nope, still doing Reapers, staying on the Reaper tech, trying to be annoying, see what we can get done. But the Void Rays are coming in as soon as the Marines are split to try to take out the planetary, and they're coming, and there's not enough Marines here. Attempting to focus fire the Void Rays is going to force him to run away for a little bit, but the Planetary and the Void Rays is not something Shredded me can currently win right now. So as you can see, I'm pumping out Marines 4 at a time, but I keep losing them before I can get enough that critical mass to just, you know, destroy this base. So he's still getting some gas income off this base, which is doing a world for him back at home because he's producing Void Rays a 3x3 and also has another expansion down. Trying to also expand with the Terran base, but these Reapers doing a good job keeping these Expos in check. And this game, which should have been over a long time ago, is actually turning into a game. Void Rays here are going to scare this off, trying to get the snipe on that command center, but these Reapers are going to have to go home. Meanwhile, we've got the Red moving in, getting a good concave on the Planetary Fortress, trying to keep the Marines split up so they don't take the splash damage, because Planetary Fortress shoot in a cone, but seems like we're just enough Marines short. He does have that SCV at the back repairing it, and we're going to have to run home from this. We have lost our critical mass of Marines, and now nothing is going to get done, even with these Marines split up like this. And at this point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that to happen. I think I need a change of strat. While the Void Rays are actually moving out across the map into the Spec's main base, and this is 6 Void Rays, and currently we have nothing to deal with this. 2 starports up for Spec, but unable to have the income to start Viking production, and that orbital goes down, and everything is lifting off. At this point, we're like, okay, we are in a pickle, because North Team, we don't have much anti-air, anything to deal with these Void Rays. These Void Rays go into town. Meanwhile, trying to do something, decide to just put the Marines on the side to snipe out the Expos. Void Rays destroying Spec. Spec was not happy about this. His base getting completely annihilated by the Sky Toss. And these Void Rays still going through. They will go into Sourkeef's base next, and he does not at the moment have enough. He's got 3 Vikings. 3 Vikings aren't even enough to take out 1 Void Ray unless microed well. And the Void Rays are out. And now they're going to Sourkeef's base, couple Marines coming out, but it doesn't look like it's enough. And these warriors are going. They are on a rampage right now. Sniping out the Vikings. Not enough. Trying to do some micro on Sourkeef, but they are going straight for Spec's orbital. Oh, it just gets out of there in the red zone. Vikings providing enough of a distraction. A couple SCVs trying to repair. And the orbital for Sourkeef's going down, and at this point we are just falling apart. Sourkeef says, damn. And these Void Rays are just having a buffet. There's nothing on the point that will contest them. Meanwhile, it looks like Team Killer decided to opt for Tempest play to try to counteract the Void Rays. As you know, Tempest do 30 damage and 44 to massive. Actually, I don't think a Void Ray is considered massive. So I mean, I guess the Tempests have more range, but I don't know if that's the actual counter for Void Rays. They might be. Not sure. I don't really play much Protoss versus Protoss. And oh man, building's going down. And at this point, it has turned into a 2 versus 1 with the income of about 4 or 5 bases. So some Tempests here, but not enough to stop this mothership turning into a mothership. Gonna keep the little bit of visibility, but the Void Ray sniped the mothership out quick, and these Tempests are now vulnerable. Only 2 Tempests left, 1 Tempest left, and Observers, and Team Killer is going to have to do the Great Migration. Probes running away, the Trail of Tears, and at this point we are in shambles, and we don't really know what's going on. Team Killer's base going down in Void Rays, nothing to contest. Meanwhile, I've decided to go into Reactor Marines and getting upgrades on this side of the map. Do manage to lock this base down, get a Banshee, and decide to play it smart after all this time. Planetaries don't hit air. And sending the Marines out across, we do get this base and force it to lift off and go back home. Or I think we got a snipe on that base actually, sorry. Probes moving all the way across the map. Looks like he's relocating to this side of the world. And these Void Rays go into town, taking out all the tech and all the structures for Team Killer. He's got Spec down here at the goal, trying to rebuild, getting that bonus income. Also retaking his main base and trying to get double reactors on the starports to get Viking production out. Sourkeef's over here taking his base, but he is pretty much beaten to shambles. It's going to be a while before he recovers, and nothing back at home to stop these Void Rays from coming. Just trying to procrastinate and wait for time. but nothing at home for me right now. All my armies on the other side of the map, trying to get enough Marines to just counteract this, pumping out a couple medevacs, but unfortunately supply blocked at the worst possible time as usual, sending the Marines home to try to protect the base, but there's these rocks here, so I attempt to destroy them instead of shuttling them through that one medevac, which might actually have been faster, but the Void Rays are here. This base is going down. Supply depot's going down. Medevac in production, probably not going to get canceled. Missile turret fighting valiantly, but not enough turrets for this many Void Rays, and that command center just getting destroyed. Meanwhile, half the air army's back here destroying all the barracks for me, and I'm just shuffling in between and don't know where to go. I'm like, do I go home or do I go to the barracks? And now at this point, there's really no point in going home because everything is just destroyed, and we do not have enough Marines for this. Void Rays are just destroying everything. Banshee, however, does get that base, goes into cloak, manages to survive the Void Ray onslaught, and they are just destroying my base right now. And at this point, I'm like, how did we let this happen? It was 4 versus 1, and we goofed off, and we're just getting completely obliterated. But we're not down for the count yet. Specs Gold Base gets found out. He is raging again and smashing his fist on the table, and Team Killer, the hidden base down south. One Temp is trying to do a little bit of harass at the main base, but not enough. Shredded SC deciding to go for the drop and just trying to assault the main Protoss base to stop the Void Ray reinforcements or whatever he has left. Spec still has his base on this side. Shredded rebuilding another base there. Sour Keys getting a second base down, I believe, but the Void Rays are coming back home. Marines in the main, and they are doing the final assault. Marines who missed their +1 upgrade with only 2 medevacs are here, attempting to snipe out the pylon, stop the production, focus firing the Void Rays down, but Void Rays at a pretty good spot. Marines getting funneled up here between the Stargates, not really realizing that in time, and then trying to stutter step them forward to get the shots off, focus firing the Void Rays. Medevacs are doing a good job healing, but we're running low on Marines, stutter stepping them forward again, trying to focus down the Void Rays, and we might just barely have enough. 1 Void Ray left and a handful of Marines. 7 Marines, and there are 7 Marines left. And we're going to try to snipe these pylons and stop these Stargates from coming, but this has prompted Mino to bring all his Void Rays back home, destroying stuff in their wake, and this is too many Void Rays for this many Marines. Marines are good against Void Rays, but not when they don't have upgrades and at this low doses. And Shredded SC wasn't paying attention, ended up losing my whole army. Should have got in the medevac and got out of there, but I think I was a little bit busy trying to rebuild, and at this point it's a massive Void Ray army. They don't even have to be upgraded, and they are going on a rampart. Spec just got his base back up and functional, and it's Mino is back on his way to the top left part of the map. Managed to buy a little time telling the teammates, and the Vikings fighting with the missile turrets. Going to scare those Void Rays off a little bit. Need to micro those Vikings back. Sour Crease can't lose any Viking right now. Need to be repairing those Vikings and using all the SCVs for the turrets and Vikings. Vikings fighting, trying to do some damage, but there's too many Void Rays, and the Viking wall falls and the turrets go down, and Spec is forced to retreat and run across the map again. This is very annoying when you're playing a 1v4. A couple Vikings here left to defend, trying to do a little bit of micro, but these Vikings are going to go down. Going straight for the orbital command. SCV's trying to repair to keep it alive, but I think Spec is out of money, so we will not be able to repair anymore. Getting the SCVs out of there, lifting off the orbital command, and Void Rays are destroying our life. Void Ray OP. When in doubt, make Void Rays. Meanwhile, Void Rays getting ready to move into the north, canceling that orbital command, deciding to lift out of there. 3 barracks in production for me, trying to get Marines back up, but this is apparently not going to work. Decide to let them finish up, hoping to have enough time and maybe lift them up and get them out of there. Void Rays going for Spec starports, trying to lift up the barracks and make them run away. But these Void Rays are scraping all the SCVs, destroying them. Worker count going severely down, but I think the command center does manage to sneak off without the Void Rays noticing. And Mino is just destroying everybody. 1 turret here, not going to do much. And we are just in shambles, as you can see on the mini-map. Bases and buildings scattered everywhere. Ruins, factory, random depots, random depots, random depots, random units. Another base over here. Shredded's workers, command center. Nexus for Team Killer. A couple barracks there, landed, trying to get some Marine production to hopefully stop these Void Rays, but these Void Rays are on the right path. They are going to pass right by the barracks, and at this point, It seems very, very grim, but there is one final hope. The last fortress of Gondor. In the bottom right, we have Team Killer with 2 bases trying to mass up a Tempest Ball once again. And luckily, it doesn't seem like he has scouted this yet. Let's go into Mino Vision, Mino Cam. And he sees destruction and chaos on the map, but he's unaware to what's going on at the bottom right. Also keeping up on his worker production. Very good. I take my hat off to Mino. He is doing amazing for a 1v4, even though he does have all the economy in the world. But these Void Rays going to town. Small wall for Sour Keys. His buildings are going to shambles. He needs to lift off these command centers. Void Rays going uncontested. Got 1 shield and 1 plasma shields up right now. All of Sour Keys' buildings going down, lifting up his command center, trying to get it out of there, trying to hide the workers, even putting workers in the command center to run away. Run away, command center. And these Void Rays are leaving no stone unturned. 1 Void Ray does manage to find Speck's new gold base, and all the Void Rays are coming in to kill his orbital command once again. Speck cannot get a break. I think he's lost like 3 or 4 orbital commands this entire game. Speck is not having a good day. And if you ever meet Speck in real life, he does get a little angry when he plays, so he's definitely raging hard. Even the tech lab going down. The 1 random Banshee here, it seems Shredded has forgot about the Banshee, was able to cloak and doesn't cloak. At this point he needs every unit he can get. Tempest, he finds the Tempest. Mino is here, big battle going on. Are there enough Tempests to hold us off? The Void Rays going in, focus firing on the Tempest. There are a few Tempests, Void Rays are going down, but it seems there's just not enough. Only 6 Tempests left, 5 Tempests left, 4 Tempests left. Meanwhile, the Void Rays still strong, and their Rays are charged up, which means they do maximum damage right now, and they can take out these Tempests pretty quick. Even Void Rays coming from the flank. Sour Keys calling it, saying, well, that is the end. And looks pretty grim. We click on the units tab right now. I have 10 workers to my name and 1 mule. Sour Keys has 10 workers and 1 mule with 3 marines. Team Killer with 34 probes and 1 observer, and Speck with 14 SCVs. At this point, the only units we have that can attack Void Rays are 3 marines. So what is this? It seems we have Widow Mines on the production tab for Shredded. And this base is going to go down. Void Rays just going ham. Nothing to contest. Great game for Mino. Meanwhile, Sour Keys trying to stay in it with the orbital over here. Speck retaking that gold for the 3rd time. He is determined to keep that base up and running. Team Killer re-expand into his normal natural and taking back his main base once again. Back to the top of the map. Sour Keys does have a command center there trying to get some SCV production and co-mining with Team Killer because it is scary to be alone at this point. But Speck has another command center and another command center. Speck has 3 command centers that are mining at this point, trying to get his worker count up to build some more tech. I have 1 command center, and at this point I'm going for broke. I'm like, we gotta change it up and do something, so I'm just building non-stop SCVs, and I decide to just go for non-stop Widow Mine production. Because at this point it's a gamble, and I'm thinking Widow Mines are going to be the only way we'll get lucky and maybe stay in this. Because if you don't know, Widow Mines are actually pretty good against Sky Toss, especially Mass Void Rays. If you get the upgrade for Widow Eyes where they can burrow easily, you can just chase down the Void Rays and scare them off. And Void Rays tend to clump. So that's the reason behind my choice. But once again, Mino is here, and this is the 18th CC that Speck has lost to the Void Ray army. Void Rays moving a little forward, going for the Deeble, but there's no observer, and they go right over all the Widow Mines. Nasty chunk of Void Rays getting taken out there. Beautiful. Beautiful. The rest of the Void Rays are in the red zone, forcing Mino to decide to not go towards this base, and ends up going straight to Speck's 2nd base, where it looks like his 14th command center will be obliterated, guys. Oh, Void Rays chasing down Speck's command center yet again. Command center's on the run, and there he goes. Speck. Mino is just destroying. He's destroyed all of us, but I feel like he has got on Speck's nerves the most. Command center after command center going down. Mino going back into Team Killer's original base. He has not had a chance to regroup and rebuild his things yet. Going in, there's nothing here. 2 Vikings for Sour Keys trying to get him out. Needs to lift that starport up and hide it. Team Killer's main nexus will go down again. And Sour Keys begins the Trail of Tears, the Great Migration, to retake the south bases for the 2nd time. Meanwhile, Shredded getting lucky. I have secured and have kept this base, and I'm depositing Widow Mines non-stop to try to keep it alive. Mino luckily is deciding to go straight to the right. Seems to be doing the same attack path, going through all the bases, back and forth, getting the orange Terran base to re-expand here to get that gas going. Still making more Void Rays at home. Also cranking up some observers now since he's seen the Widow Mines. Another Nexus going down for Team Killer. And Mino is still one wonky game, and this is why we have Team StarCraft, so we can commentate all the crazy shenanigans that go on. Spec, the last gold base, the last base mining. Will the Void Rays find it again? I don't know. You guys need to watch and see. And retaking his main base for the 3rd time. North team is fighting valiantly. We are playing our hearts out, trying to stay in this game, because frankly it is just embarrassing to lose a 4 versus 1. And it is how it has felt this whole game, but we are still in it alive and kicking, and as long as we're playing, I'm going to commentate and pretend like I don't know what happened. The 1 Marine, the 2 Vikings, seems to be a trend for Sour Keys, always having just 1 to 2 Vikings, but not just enough. Actually getting some Widow Mines of his own, taking a page out of Shredded SC's book, saw how good that was to save his base. But Void Rays, luckily, going straight around and dodging the Widow Mines. But that Widow Mine should get a shot off. Looks like they're just about in range. Void Rays, unfortunately, not that clumped up. Widow Mine hitting 1 Void Ray. Vikings gonna snipe it out, going straight for the red one. Oh, getting 2 Vikings and a couple Marines here, and Sour Keys actually scaring away this little Void Ray force. Sniping out 1 more Void Ray, this force down to 3, and Team Killer has decided to switch to Phoenix because the Tempests just weren't cutting it. Tracking down these Void Rays, and they are getting destroyed. And we have defeated the Void Ray ball. Oh no. Just kidding. So Mino with his 2nd battalion of Void Rays and Tempests and Observers this time is going in to Team Killer's south base for the 2nd time. I'm telling him, do not attack yet, Team Killer. I say, Wayut for Widows. Wait. Now, meanwhile, I'm moving some Widows across the map. Hopefully, we can get a good engagement, get these Widows burrowed right under the army. Without him paying attention, we can get some great trades. But we'll see how that happens. And they do have 2 observers with this army, so they can see Widow Mines that are burrowed, unfortunately. Cyber Core going down. Team Killer's tech getting knocked back into the Stone Ages once again. Stargate's going down. Taking a look at the units tab, we have 17 Widow Mines, 2 Widow Mines for Sour Keys with 4 Vikings, 7 Marines, 12 Phoenixes, and Spec has begun Widow Mine production of his own at 10 Widow Mines at this moment. Meanwhile, we're up against a Mothership, 13 Void Rays, 7 Tempests, and 2 Observers. And Widows right here trying to get a good spot, waiting, trying to play this cool. Widows gonna go burr down, but Mino is going north, and he does have these observers. Don't know if you noticed that the Widow Mines are here. Let's go into Mino Vision, and nope, he does not see those Widow Mines. The Tempests are going in. Phoenix is trying to get little pop shots off, and they just go north and dodge a bullet. Lucky day to be Mino, guys. Going back up to the north base, what do we have here? We have Sour Keys' base that he has tried to secure again. The base he originally defended off is up for the run again. A couple Tempests here. Got to be careful not to lose any Tempests or any units, because at this point everything matters. A couple Marines trying to stall time for that command center. Marines going down, going to the SCVs now, and the Tempests coming in from the back. Phoenix, trying to snipe out some Tempests, but they're not enough here, and doesn't seem Phoenix do very well against Tempests, especially without any upgrade. At least Tempests have +2 armor, which gives them a total of 4 armor. They can withstand those Phoenix shots all day and night. The unstoppable ball for Mino. Meanwhile, seems Spec has mined out that gold base, which he deserved to, because he has been fighting for that base the whole game. 1 drop ship getting caught on move command and getting obliterated. And Team Killer's probes are going down. It seems Team Killer, the hope for this team, is losing everything. Sour Keys, no base up here. Widow Mine's burrowing down. But does he see it? Observer's a little bit out of position, so hopefully if he goes back down, he might run over those Widow Mines. That's really what we need right now. It's a real good hit. Nope. Destroyed, destroyed, destroyed. Blue actually expanding to the gold base right next to the enemy territory. That's how desperate times have begun, but Spec has had some time to recover. Got his base up to 4 factories with Widow Mine production. Shredded up to 3 factories, building nothing but Widow Mines. And oh my gosh. Oh! Oh, and Nino not playing smart and moving those observers forward. Spec with the whoo! And we take a nasty chunk of those Void Rays out. Nothing left but a handful of Tempests. And this was just the exchange that we needed. Oh my gosh. Observers moving forward. Noticing there's more Widow Mines down here, and Nino's Tempest army is caught off guard by itself. Tempest getting sniped out by a Widow Mine. And it seems that the Phoenixes have sniped out the observers. A couple of Widow Mines that aren't burrowed getting sniped out, and Nino's Phoenixes are left here stagnant. Not really any place for them to go. Phoenix is on the patrol trying to get a little snipe out going, trying to bait them into the Widow Mines. Widow Mines going to move backwards. And at this point, Mino must just feel awful. That was some great hits from those Widow Mines. Let's see, 2 kills, 1 kill. Spec with a couple of Vikings coming out too. Gonna go ahead and try to snipe those Tempests. Not enough Vikings just yet. 4 kills on that Widow Mine. And these Widow Mines have paid their weight in gold, gentlemen. And looks like Mino's on the run, having to bring his Tempest back home. Meanwhile, Rebuilding decides to switch to Carrier Army. But he's running a little low on gas. He's up to 500. He's got 1 mining base, 2 mining bases left. This one almost mined out, and he has branched out and started taking the gas from these 2 with his base right next to Team Killer's last base. But at this point, it looks like we've had some time to stabilize. Sour Keys getting starports up and getting the Viking production to expanded to both gold bases right under Mino's nose. And the Carrier Mothership fleet is moving out. Do we have enough to hold this? Going to find Sour Keys' bases once again and destroy them. A couple of Vikings here, but Sour Keys needs to run those Vikings back. The only way we're going to win this is we get 1 good engagement with everything, but losing a couple Vikings that just popped out of the starport, not good at all. Command Center getting destroyed again. Meanwhile, Red moving in. Shredded me with all the Widow Mines, trying to get a good position, but this is a little bit too much. Can't take it alone. Have to go in with the whole team on this one. Unable to protect Sour Keys' bases. Trying not to stay too far. Kind of migrated between the bases. Spec has some bringing his Widow Mines down. Vikings rallying up, and we're gonna have to take this. A couple Widow Mines here, and they are back into Spec's main base. The great Protoss fleet going in, going straight for the command center. A couple Widow Mines getting in, burrowing down, not on top of the units, so only firing at interceptors, which is not what you want to do with the Widow Mines, but did slow them down a little bit. Shredder trying to come in, trying to get the Widow Mines right under this army. Widow Mines moving forward. Command center does go down, but the army has stopped moving for a second. They do have Drilling Claws upgrade, they're burrowing right away, and they're going to get some good hits off. They do warp out of there, but he does lose a massive chunk of his army. They do take some good damage, but I think he got out of there just in time. He could have lost that all. Great recall on Mino's part. Keeping this fleet alive is just what he needs. He can't go losing his death ball of doom just yet. Regrouping at home. Meanwhile, we're getting ready to move out across the map. Getting a couple tanks and Hellbats in the mix. Not sure why. I was thinking I'll use them just to beat down the little photon wall and to support the Widows, because the Widow Mine's got the anti-air, and everyone else getting the Vikings. 1 Tempest out of position here, going to get destroyed by the Termite Ball. What does get out just in time, and the big engagement. The air army is here. Widow Mines going under. Vikings shooting everything. Widow Mines trying to get the burrow under. Even Phoenix coming in from the back. Widow Mines burrowing down, getting some good hits, taking out the mothership. They are not cloaked anymore. We can see everything. A couple more Widow Mines still not burrowed, trying to get the burrow on. Air army moving in, deciding to run north. Couple Widows. Oh, good shots, good splash damage, and the army is moving in, but there's a few random Widow Mines here, and they are taking out so much of this fleet. They're down to 5 Tempests and 1 Carrier. Vikings sniping out the Carrier, trying to pick off the rest of these Tempests. Focus firing them down. 1 Tempest down. Vikings going for another Tempest. 2nd Tempest down, and Mino has been beat down to 3 Tempests. And it seems like this game is over because a couple of brilliant Widowmine plays. Even the Vikings getting overzealous, trying to take out that last Tempest, and Mino's army beat down to one Tempest. Meanwhile, breaking the Backrocks, going straight for the main because it's time to take the fight to Mino. It has been a one-sided 4v1 and it is our turn to take it. Sniping out this expansion, burrowing all the Widowmines, a couple of air army here. And Mino starting to realize he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have an observer with his army. Oh, and he's going straight over the Widowmines, taking some nasty hits, deciding to back out of there. And Mino, GG's out of it. So that's it, guys. That is the crazy 4 versus 1 wonky team game that happens when you play team games. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it was kind of a long video, but let me know what you think. Till next time.